Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 18th, 2026 Planning Board meeting. If we could please first stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So quick few items, and I see some people with jackets on. The town has shut the air conditioning off to save money, isn't that right, Susan?
Yeah, I know. He was blaming me on it.
We are down AC. Quickly, some of the board members and staff got the opportunity this weekend to visit the development up the street on Underhill this weekend, and it really was and is a beautiful project. I mean, it just came out so nice. The buildings are beautiful. It looks like the layout, the spacing of the building, the massing of it just came out very nice. It was a very nice tour. That being said, we'll move into the regular portion of the meeting, unless anybody else has got something they want to say.
Nope.
Correspondence, anything we want to talk about? Move on to meeting minutes of May 4th, 2026. Any changes, corrections, alterations?
None here.
Do I have a motion to approve the May 4th, 2026 meeting minutes? How are you?
Hello.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Abstain.
Motion carries. We're going to move into regular portion of our meeting. First on the docket, we have Crystal Court subdivision. This is a request for reapproval.
I have some notes.
How you doing?
Good evening, everyone. John Barilli from Panbar Realty. And we would like to get reapproved, if that's possible.
Robin, any concerns?
No.
Counselor? Anything from the board?
I don't think I had anything on that one.
I presume everything is the same and
Everything is the
Nothing
same.
else.
We're in the health department right now, just
Mhm.
waiting for their approval. And once we get that, I think Ed is ready to release us. Dan is ready to release us from engineering, I'm hoping.
okay.
That being said, do I have a motion to approve the request for the reapproval?
Motion.
Is there a
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good evening, everyone.
Good
Thank
luck.
you.
Next is the Gardenia Hotel. This is also a request for reapproval. Location is 1952 Commerce Street.
Hello, everyone.
Good
Joe
evening.
Sabrina, Site Design.
How you doing, Joe?
We're here for a request for reapproval of the Gardena Hotel. Nothing has changed. The DEP approval is still in place, and the owner would like to extend the approval.
Has anything lapsed? Any environmental stuff lapsed that they have to redo?
The only thing that's about to lapse is this approval.
This is it? And are you guys still gonna be working on like the parking and the loading and the modifications that were being worked on from before?
Yeah, at this point, everything is set based on what the resolution was.
Okay,
Granted.
from the original site?
Right.
Robin, any issues? No. Counselor? Anything else from the board? That being said, do I have a motion to approve the request for the reapproval for the Gardenia Hotel?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next, we got the Griage subdivision. This is a request for a second 90-day time extension. Location is 3319 Stony Street.
Joe Sabrina, Site Design Consultants. We are in the health department, but they have told us they're ready to sign off on it. So actually tomorrow, the plat is getting delivered down there for signature. So we're hitting the final stages on that.
Okay. Robin, any issues?
No issues.
Counselor?
No.
Anything from the board?
No.
That being
Sounds
said,
legitimate.
you're gonna make
It
a
sounds
motion?
legitimate, like all legitimate agencies are delaying it.
A lot of it's the health department.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The staffing. All right, do I have a motion then?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Proposal up
next
to-
we have the Hearthstone Minor Subdivision. This is a decision statement, locations 3138 Hearthstone Street. How you doing?
How you guys doing? I got nothing really to add.
I wouldn't think so at this point.
I was gonna say, you cleaned up the drainage, we talked about the trees, we talked about the wetland. I think you just like coming here.
I know. It's a bit balmy, but you know.
Yeah,
Have you had a chance to look at the resolution?
Yes.
Any,
No, everything seemed good.
it's clean.
Robin? Counselor? All right, that being said, do I have motion to declare the planning board the lead agency for the Hearthstone Minor Subdivision?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We have a neg deck in front of us. Do I have a Motion to approve.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And lastly, we have a resolution approving a subdivision plat, stormwater pollution prevention plan, and tree permit for the Hearthstone Minor Subdivision. Do I have a motion?
Motion. Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Good luck. Congratulations. Well done on that.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the agenda, number 7, we have an adjourned public hearing. This is Jacob Road Solar. Location's 1805 Jacob Road.
If I'd known, I would have worn shorts too.
Counselor, you can take the jacket off.
Good evening. For the record, my name is David Cooper. I'm a partner with Zarin and Steinmetz here representing the applicant, Freestone Renewables. With me is Nicholas Von Voss from Labella Engineering and Jacqueline Cohen, my colleague. Ryan Hutcherson couldn't make it with us tonight, although I believe he's monitoring.
Okay.
We're here tonight for a continued public hearing, but I think we wanted to start with the BFP. I believe they're here in the back. First of all, we thank you for inviting them here because we were going to have to split ourselves and go to 2 meetings at once. I think it's best that we're all here tonight. My understanding is that the question is the BFP was inquiring regarding access to the southern portion of the property, the panels to the south. The concern that we discussed in April relates to an employee or a contractor that is doing work down in the south there, having an emergency medical issue that they need to get access to. Just, to set the frequency of that, we're talking about 2 to 3 times a year. This is somebody coming in to mow or check on the panels, but still that we've been asked to take a look at that. I think at the last meeting, there was a comment in the BFP's memo about using the nature trail as access, and we had said, look, we don't have an objection to it, although that's really the property owner's issue. But I think what's more pressing is the fact that there's going to be a fence along the line, and so that doesn't really provide access.
Could the fence have a means of ingress or egress?
Well,
Because at the end of the day, it's not about providing access, it's about having an actual second access, especially if you're saying the guy's gonna be there once or twice, or the gal's gonna be there once or twice. Usually things that aren't checked on multiple times.
I think I have an answer for you.
Okay,
I was
just making
getting
sure.
there. Yes. So our understanding is the request is to get like an ATV or some small emergency vehicle down there. There's going to be a minimum of 10 feet of clearance and more likely 16 feet most places between the panels and the fence. So the 200 foot or so access, I call it a road, but it's going to be pervious surface, but the access road that's going to extend from the turnaround, which is what was initially requested and put on the plans when we first met with the BFP, you could then continue to access all the way down to the south with an ATV because there'll be clearance between the panels. So and there's also 22 feet of clearance between panel rows.
But who's maintaining that clearance?
Well, you need, we're gonna need that clearance to be low anyway, because.
Right, because of the way the sun
because of the way-
is. Yeah, and
Yeah,
the
so
race,
you don't, you don't want weeds or anything growing up,
Right,
because then
right.
it'll grow onto the panel. So that will be a cleared area.
So I think that us as a board, we understood it wasn't the main drag for them to get to there. It was an extra way to maneuver in the event of an emergency.
Right, right.
So these are just other ways you're saying?
They're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if that works for that.
Love to make sure that we're,
Because I don't know about you guys, but those crazy vines sometimes are more annoying than the trees.
Good evening, thanks for having the Bureau of Fire Prevention here. Jason Swart, on behalf of the Bureau of Fire
Hello,
Prevention.
Coach.
How are you? So based on your updated plans here, if I'm correct, this was the additional access that you provided, which is great. So they've been working great with us. So they provided this. One question we have is, what material were you looking to put there?
So when I come up and use the microphone here. So this was going to be a pervious road constructed of like an open graded stone, but it would have a geocell as a base
Okay.
to help support the load of any larger vehicles that would be using
So is
it.
there item 4 in it?
It's not item 4. It's actually it would be like a number 2 or number 3 crushed stone that's been washed, so there's no fine material in it.
So, and that's what we're looking for. We're not looking for, what we don't want is, we don't want trap rock drop.
Right.
You know, in place of, we want something that a pickup truck can access at least down to this portion. The next question is as far as maintenance of the property, you'll be utilizing mechanical or livestock to maintain the vegetation?
Probably a combination of both. I mean, right now, it's just mechanical in the.
You might get some goats.
If they can
Sheep.
accomplish that, yes, they would
Sheep.
like to do that. Sheep, yeah.
I mean,
Goats climb
But,
panels.
oh. That's why we do yoga with them? Got it.
So, and with the discussion that you were just having, if the space is wide enough between the fence and the panels, and this is accessible through the use of a UTV, utility terrain vehicle, to be able to access this southern end, then I think we're good here. The only other consideration would be, is in your southern end here, the consideration of a potential emergency gate down at your southern end in the fence, so that once this trail is built, because currently the trail is not going to be built by this company, it'll be the person who's doing the development up top that'll be doing that, is if we had to get a UTV down this trail, then that would give us another means of access all the way down to the southern end.
I just feel like if we're gonna build a trail somewhere near the panels, and I understand the amount of work that it takes for a trail committee to do it, while you're excavating and you have your sheep and you're clearing land, if we could get the trail started that is somewhere near the panels, at this point, you're saving the taxpayers' money, you're supporting the trail committee, and you're creating more ingress and egress for safety in the case one of the panels does catch on fire, or the guy or gal who goes once or twice a year trips over a crazy vine, because we are Yorktown and we either have wetlands or bedrock, so there are some vegetations that grow in the darndest places. So I don't know how the owner feels about, with your company, the owner feels about partnering with you guys, but I think anything that has a certain amount of, let's say, yards, meters, whatever you want to count it as, that are near the panels and that are going to parallel the trail could be started to be excavated by you guys.
So let me answer the first question and then answer that.
Okay.
Yes, so we can put a security fence to the south so that you can access it using the nature trail. The nature trail, I don't believe there's going to be any excavation or improvement associated with the nature trail.
Well, I don't think it's about improvement, it's about creating a clearance. So in the event we had to get to the security, there was some sort of clearance, and then through there, the trail committee can create a beautiful trail into, the trail does not want to go by the solar panels. It's just a means of ingress so that they can eventually get to the trail.
Right, and so what Freestone can control on its property that it's leasing, it can control the gate. They can certainly put the gate down there. With respect to when the trail is being put in and how it's going to be put in, that's with the subdivision that for the owner.
I'm aware, but I also know we can play coffee and tea. So what I'm saying is that by where the gate is there any way to clear some of that?
On our side, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. As long as it doesn't interfere with
That's all right.
the screening or anything, or the panels, yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Because if it's got trees on it, it's not gonna be an ingress.
So just to be clear, the actual impervious road that you just talked about on your side of the fence, right? You guys are gonna maintain that to make sure it's clear at all times?
Yes.
I know you said you have to keep everything low anyway, but I'm not talking about where the panels are, I'm talking about where the path is, where the road is,
Yeah.
whatever you wanna call it. That'll be maintained by you guys at all times. So
Yes.
this way, when they get there, these guys, God forbid they have to get there,
They can.
they can
They can
go down.
get to it, yes.
Okay.
That's
Thank
the
you.
whole point. that I'm getting. Sheep included.
Sheep, if they happen, if they are. Good?
You guys are good?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. The only other items on my checklist, one, I believe Mr. Ciarcia issued a memo not that long ago, saying all the items, his outstanding items are
SWIP is
satisfied.
good. The SWIP is good.
The SWIP is good.
Okay.
That's funny, because that's what I wrote down here. But it's
Legal term.
legal terms. And then the last piece was the plans. They have gone through a full proofread by Labella. We are confident that all that information is correct. Just to put a fine point on it with respect to the match line, the match line at the last meeting, the match line was correct. The only thing that was incorrect was that there was a address of an adjacent property that was off on sheets 1 and 2, so it would make it look like the match line.
All right, well, it's still not
But
correct.
That's been corrected. We
gotta
thank
make
you for
sure
pointing it
Cross
out.
our Ts and dot our Is.
Yes. So with that, we believe we've covered all of our bases and everything else that's been outstanding. We know the public hearing's still open, so we'll leave it to that, but then we would ask that at the end, your board do close the public hearing and move this forward towards a resolution.
As this is an adjourned public hearing, does anybody from the audience have anything new to add?
Dear
How you
members
doing?
of the board,
Good evening.
I'm David Kazdan, 6 Natalie Court, Cortland Manor, 10567. Very briefly, my neighbor Randall Pratt at 8 Natalie Court submitted on May 15th a letter along with a survey and raised, I think, a reasonable concern about the elevation and setback issues. So I just want to make sure that that's in the record. And I believe it needs
Yes,
to
ma'am.
be addressed, and therefore that it would be not appropriate to close this hearing until the findings of his survey are at least digested by this honorable board to consider whether the current setback is appropriate.
We got that, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the issue here is whether it should now be a 300-foot setback as opposed to a 150-foot setback.
And
So-
that information is not yet ready, you're saying, right?
No.
No, it's sitting.
It's submitted.
It's here.
It's
So
here. It's in front of this board.
if we have it already, why are you suggesting we need to keep the hearing open?
That's a good question.
Okay.
And
If-
maybe-
Thank you for checking that we have it. We do have it.
Okay,
The
all right,
materials,
maybe that's the answer.
if
Maybe I
it's
don't
here,
understand the procedure.
Then we will consider it. We consider everything that's being raised at
Yeah.
this hearing.
Okay, but the question is, and pardon me if I don't have as great an understanding as
That's
this
fine.
esteemed board does, if it turns out that the analysis presented is correct, and there needs to be a 300-foot setback, how does that get addressed? At what point is that addressed? Does the developer have to come back with new plans showing the
If
correct
indeed
setback?
that is the case, they would have to do that, yes. But I'm not conceding the point that
No, no,
either
I'm not,
way at
I'm
this
not
point.
asking you to concede.
Anything that comes to this group,
Has been
this
reviewed.
board, gets looked at,
Oh,
right?
I know that.
Regardless if it gets closed, if there's errors, and I think we've gone through this a little bit, we make sure they get addressed. Anything that comes to us, we look at and we check.
So to answer your question, we received it and we put it against what's happening here and what it correlates with. And
Okay.
it's been considered.
Okay,
So-
Okay, and I just want to conclude by saying that there's been, in my humble opinion, one issue after another with this proposal. And I think what it really underlies is that we're trying to put a round peg in a square hole.
Some marriages are like that.
Yep.
It takes a minute.
Yep, this is,
Make it work.
this is not an appropriate type of project for the residential area that we all live in. And I was looking back at the policy of the Yorktown Board as articulated on your website. And I would just ask that you look at that policy. It is declared to be the policy of the town planning board to consider land subdivision bearing in mind that the natural topography of the land is a public asset which should be preserved and safeguarded, that all proposed lots shall be laid out and be of such size as to be in harmony with the development pattern of the neighboring properties and in harmony with the natural topographical features of the land. That's your own declaration to the public.
Well, it's the town board's declaration, it's not ours. So,
The town board's declaration.
town
and there's-
board is gonna set these policies in place, and then we implement them here.
I hear
Okay.
you. on
And
that
as
loud
it's their
and clear.
declaration, there's also evolution that happens, and there's a lot of committees and advisory boards that we have that will say that we need to resource certain different types of energies and whatnot, and finding the balance, I think, is what this board does, and to make sure that it
Right.
fits its modality.
But the balance is, again, as I said when I was here last, I don't want to beat that horse too much. The local law that has permitted this project to move forward also says that the rural character should be maintained, and that
it will.
solar installations will prioritize their placement on commercial properties over roofs and parking areas. I really believe that this is a scar on the beautiful area that we live in, and I would submit that you should just say no.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else have anything new to add? How you doing?
It's not new, but I'm just gonna reiterate that Randy Pratt's email with the survey, that.
Tell us. your
Sorry,
name.
I'm Brian Mahoney at 10 Southgate.
Thank you.
So bordering the property, it probably affects me in Southgate, the sight lines and the proximity more than anyone. So given Randy's hiring of a surveyor, we're considering hiring that surveyor as well to make sure that the sight lines, because in Randy's, not sight lines, I'm sorry, the elevations. So Randy's statement shows that it's 5 feet farther than required, which means it has to be set back 300 feet. So we're gonna also hire Link to do a survey to see that the elevation from our property as well. So it's not over on our part, so we're gonna hire Link as well. And then also, we disagree definitely with the sightline issue. We feel that when certain members of the board walk the property line, they didn't walk it from our balcony. I stated that a couple weeks ago. The other issue is the homes on it. So it was brought up here, and I don't think it was stressed enough, that the homes are required with the solar farm. If you put in the solar farm before the homes, there's really no desire to put in the home. So you're not going to take away the solar farm if he doesn't build the farm or build the homes, right? I mean,
But that's every project. I mean, if I don't agree with the parking, they might not build the units. I mean, it's the chicken or the egg. At this point, from the money that they're investing, I'm gonna hope that they'll act in good
Yeah.
faith.
So,
but what?
just so you,
Like, how do you know that?
No, yeah, go ahead.
property is under consideration for a subdivision. It's gonna be split into these two pieces.
Agreed. No.
Then they become independent.
And exactly.
Right.
Then they're separate, independent, standalone things.
But
So
isn't
it
the
doesn't matter.
requirement for the solar farm that the homes be built?
No. No.
Of this one?
Yeah.
No.
The 5 homes are a requirement of the solar farm being built.
No.
The approval is one.
No.
No, you get a subdivision and you might never, if this
So
subdivision.
that subdivision does not have to be built.
Right,
if
it's
the-
a subdivision. Each one of them is treated as its own entity.
All right, okay. But we
I see
will-
what you're saying. You thought it was an incentive to build.
thought it was an
It's not an
incentive to
incentive to
build.
build. It's a separate lot.
And Yeah, I mean,
independent lots, and whether they build on one or both,
and we know
doesn't
those
matter. We don't know.
5 people are not gonna be, 5 homes are not gonna sell
we don't know.
in a solar farm, in a solar farm.
We don't know. I mean,
But
I
hey.
grew up in the Bronx, I could maybe buy a house on a double yellow line. Some
That's-
people didn't wanna
that's-
buy a house on a double yellow line.
Yet
You
to
don't
be
know.
seen.
But I guess my point is that we're gonna hire Link as well to
You may do
review
that.
review the elevation as well, and again, the sight lines are just, they're just
Okay,
not
so as
right.
soon as you get that information, make sure you
We
get
will.
it to
We
us.
will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else have anything new to add? Counselor, you got anything you want to add?
No, we would ask that the hearing be closed. The record on the survey, I mean, people can get surveys however they want. They want to pay Link to do more surveys, that's their prerogative. But
Absolutely.
there's already evidence in the record showing that there's no horizontal distance anywhere near 50 feet anywhere along this area. So we're confident in what's in the
Well,
record.
we see what's here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else to add, Robin?
Jay, did you have something?
No, we've checked that distance up the whole property line, and when you do the horizontal distance, it is only, I think, 33 or about was the most, the rise in elevation. So I don't believe that the way that Mr. Pratt is measuring it is the way that it's intended to be measured in the code.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anything to add, Counselor? No. Good?
We're good,
All right, I'm going to make a motion on the table to close the hearing and leave a written comment portion open for 10 days.
Motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Yeah, the only other request we'd have is to have staff start preparing a resolution so we.
I'm sure they're.
They're moving and shaking.
Okay, excellent. Okay, good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Counselor.
Thank you.
All right. Have a
Stay
good night.
cool.
Thank
Yeah.
Yes, well,
I lost my pen.
You don't have to stay in the clammy room, Coach. You guys can go.
Thank you very much. All right, next on the agenda, first, we're going to move from the regular session into the work session. First on the agenda is 1860 East Main Street, the Asonia Lodge. This is a discussion of site plan.
Yep.
We got LHC Logistics.
this is a
Yeah, this is the,
pretty preliminary one.
Yes.
yeah, this is the start of it.
How are you?
Good, how are
Hey,
you?
Billy, how are you?
How are you? Nice
I'm
to see
well,
you.
good to see you. Hi, Randy.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
How you doing?
We're well, thank you. Thank you guys for having us here. This is a pre-preliminary
Right.
topic. Randy and myself, along with a partner of ours, JD Suma, are in contract to purchase 1860 East Main Street in Mohegan Lake, also known as the Ansonia Lodge. We have a 2-phase development plan here, and we just like to know everybody's opinion on it. The total property consists of 4.6 acres. It's split into 2 zones. One of them is about an acre that's in the C2 commercial zone, and the remaining land is in the R3 multifamily zone. The commercial piece butts up to Route 6, whereas the rest of the property is right butting up against the north side of Mohegan Lake. This is, like I said, a 2-phase redevelopment plan. We're looking to improve existing conditions, preserve historic and community character, and improve public access and enjoyment of the lake. Our phase 1, we're looking to start off with a 5,000 square foot commercial building. Zoning is telling us, zoning laws are telling us that we need 20 spaces. We have here on the plan 39 spaces. We feel that a little bit extra parking will help us with project functionality and traffic management. So we're asking, for some flexibility there. Going over to phase 2, which would be after the commercial building is all built and leased up, we would then go propose to build a 43-unit apartment building. A few things to point out at this part of the project. There are currently 3 buildings on this property. One of them is is known as the Lodge, and there's a lot of historic value to the Lodge, and we want to keep that intact. We want to restore it and rehabilitate it. We're actually thinking about making it our amenity center with a movie room, a banquet hall, or a lounge with a beautiful outdoor patio so people can enjoy the lake. In addition to restoring and rehabilitating the lodge, there will be 43 apartments, like I said. A couple other points we'd like to make is that we're gonna create a road that goes out and gives us access to Mohegan Avenue, which I know that that's an important thing.
Yeah,
uh,
that's right.
Yep, for the town. Let's see. One thing that we did want to point out is that we are currently asking we're in the buffer zone, which I know is a relatively big deal. Right now, there's 2 buildings that are on the lot line. So we're going to be improving the existing conditions by pulling that in a little bit, but we still are in the buffer zone. It was
mean the
important.
setback.
The setback, yes, thank you, sorry. It's important to us to keep that lodge, and in order for us to keep that lodge where it is, in order to get the amount of apartments that we want in the building that we need, we're gonna have to be in that setback. We're looking to, also with the cut through to Mohegan Avenue, again, like I said, there's gonna be egress, but also public parking access, and we're looking to do a little walking path that's around the lake that the public and also the residents of our development are able to use. That's really all we got.
All right, so this is in the very early stages. I think at this point, it would probably be a good idea to get out on site.
Yeah.
Take a look at what's going on. I know you've been working with the department.
Yes.
I heard it's been going well. So I think it's probably a good idea for us to get out on site and take a look.
Sure. if
I
that
do,
works for
I
you.
have 2 quick questions.
Please.
The commercial property on Route 6, you have a anticipated use of that property, restaurant or retail or?
Retail space, are you familiar with the salon suite model where you would take a property and subdivide, or building, excuse me? and
Yeah, and you
sub-
can all get multiple offices in it and
Yep.
stuff.
That's why we're asking for a little bit more parking, because we're thinking about putting maybe 20 or 25 mini suites in there, and, you know,
Kind of like a WeWork.
kind of like a WeWork, yeah, just for the beauty esthetician, barber space, but that's not a definitive answer, it's just the direction that we've been thinking about going to.
Then my second question, with regard to the lodge.
Yep.
Is it in a condition that you believe is renovatable or restorable?
So it's got a lot of character. It's an old Victorian. It's beautiful. Okay, the outside of it, it needs work. You know, even the outside of it to get it to where we want it to be needs work. But we're gonna keep the architecture the way that it is. We think that that's like part of the charm.
Yeah, it's great.
It's really, really nice. The inside, it's old. It really is. So what are we gonna keep in there? We're gonna keep the bones of the building, and then we're just gonna modernize the inside of it and really clean up the.
Cool wellness center or something.
Say it again?
It would be a cool wellness center or something.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful building, as you guys can see. And we want to keep the porch, we want to keep all the architecture as it is, but the inside of it, we just want to modernize it and make it a really cool space for our residents,
So the residents would be owners or renters?
renters.
And how many stories?
3 stories.
3. Okay,
Yep.
let's stay within the 3.
Yep.
And do they have decks facing the back?
Great question.
Sorry to be,
No, it's okay.
only
It's-
because of the encroachments. of-
No. So the building is it's horizontal, so there's not going to be a ton of lake views. It kind of comes the way that we have it now. And again, this is just a
Preliminary, like,
site
scope,
plan.
yeah.
I would have loved to have seen that building run parallel to the lake and have everybody have lake, lake views, excuse me. But with the road and everything like that, that's just not gonna work. So this just, after a lot of thought and consideration, this was the best place to put it. So you'll have a couple of units that'll have lake views, but everybody will be able to enjoy the lake. There's a lot of space down there. We're gonna put a nice cool walking path down there. There's gonna be a patio outside the lodge.
So you'd be maintaining, so the HOA or however the management company would be for the renters
Yep.
would maintain also the lake and the walkway to the lake?
That's correct.
Okay.
In addition to, if you guys provided us with that easement, because there's a.
No, that's what I'm saying, it's part of it.
Right, yes, we would maintain
Cross over.
that, yep.
Okay, just question.
Yep.
The photograph that you just showed of the lodge, I think that's from 20 years ago, isn't it? Is that, how current is that?
It's not as pretty.
Well,
I'm sorry, no, that picture's
Picture?
recent?
recent, that's a
Okay.
recent picture.
Okay,
That could have
good.
been like taken almost, that's what it looks like right now.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Does the property go all the way to Mohegan Avenue?
No.
No,
stops right
it
before.
Okay.
doesn't.
So could you just explain a little bit how that section works with what you're doing? Because on your maps, I see a different color, yet the whole site is that part of your property?
No, it's not. That's actually town-owned property.
Okay,
And when
because
ci-
you're doing, on one of your plans, you've got the whole thing bordered in.
I'm sorry.
So I just want to understand what's,
I'm sorry. if
Tell me a
that's-
little more about that relationship then.
So our property stops right, if you see like the top side of our building, and then it cuts right into the middle of the road. We'd be asking the town for an easement to build that road and to build extra parking, and then to start the walking path from the town-owned property, which we would maintain, by the way.
All right, so is that then gonna be accessible to the public
Yes, it
and
would be.
usable by the public?
Yes, it would be.
That whole
That's strip.
beachfront property?
Correct.
Or waterfront property?
Waterfront
Okay,
property,
I
yes.
got it. So you have to, we gotta
Well,
get
that's
the
what I
town-
was looking
town
at.
board involved in that as well, that's what I thought.
And there's so much cleanup in that area too, so.
Well, that's good. We'll get it done.
Exactly.
Okay.
We really think this is a win-win.
Yeah.
The town, we get to restore the lodge, which is gonna be really nice. The town, we're now offering the public access to the water, which they didn't already have. There's egress to Mohegan Avenue. I think that this is a really good project.
I like that. And you need flexibility on this,
We
Yeah,
need
for
flexibility.
lots
right?
And easements. Yeah, we need some
You
flexibility.
need to cluster, you wanna have some variances in the,
We do, and
in the
two
layout of this.
The two major ones are the easement for the road.
Right.
That's number one. And number two would be having our building in that buffer zone.
Because it's so narrow, that positioning area, so you just see what is.
Oh, I understand that. I mean, wetlands laws in Yorktown
Yeah.
are permissive with, regulations.
Right.
Okay.
So, when this somehow gets to the town board, just for me,
Sure.
be prepared to talk about the traffic mitigation.
Sure.
Because that's a big concern, especially in that corner of the.
No, that's a,
Yorktown, right?
that's a concern of ours too. We
Yep.
had a study done by Mr. Pat Cleary, and I don't know if it's necessary to go into right now, I have it here, but he talks a lot about traffic, and based on his calculations, it seems that we would be okay, but yeah, we can get further into that, but that is something in our feasibility
But if they have access
report.
to that other side road, not if they're just gonna feed off Main.
Well, we don't have to solve it now. We just,
No, I just.
any issues that jump out at us,
No, we totally agree that was a
I don't see
point that
any.
Pat had.
When the church came in, that intersection, what was the church on the corner?
St. Mary's.
No.
No, not St.
you
Mary's.
mean
Oh, Claire
the one
Grace?
in the back.
Yeah, the one in the back. That intersection was proposed to be
What's wrong with that?
addressed, I believe. I think Jorina did the plan.
Wait,
No?
where
We've
the
done
tra-
this intersection twice already at Mohegan Avenue.
Oh, the church on the corner across from the
Mohegan and
lake.
Six or or
Yeah.
further
One on
in?
the way to Camp Nabby.
The one on the way to Camp.
Yeah, the Baptist, no, Christian, I don't know, it's a Baptist or Christian church.
Faith
On a hill,
Bible.
Faith,
Yes.
yeah, Faith Bible
Right.
Church.
All right,
But there is
well,
that lot that no one ever,
Yeah, they were gonna improve the lot
Yeah,
and the
never- And
they never did it.
intersection in
Right.
front of the church, because they never expanded.
they never expanded, nor did they go up, they didn't even fix it, they kept it. So that lot, people just parked to fish.
All right, so we'll set up a site visit, and we'll
We'll
start
walk
digging
it.
into the details.
Who would come out there? Everybody?
Board.
This
Or
crew.
make it a
Our,
party?
our group,
Nice, that'd be great.
yeah.
All right?
Awesome. Thank you guys so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah.
We
Thank you
really
very
appreciate
much.
it. Have a nice night.
You too.
Take care.
All right, next on the agenda, we have a town board referral, chapter 300, telecommunications. Proposed amendment, local law establishing a 6-month moratorium on wireless telecommunication facilities within the town of Yorktown. Any planning objections?
No,
No,
I don't see any issues for a moratorium. Let us
No.
study.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, so we'll get a letter, so we're in favor of the
Yeah. That's
moratorium,
fine.
looking into it.
Do you have the agenda in the front of your book that has part 3 on it?
yeah.
We got a new one tonight, with it not
I was
on.
Yeah,
gonna
my-
say Carmine's here, it was on the first one.
In the book it did, yeah.
Yeah.
It is an amended approval. We doing that?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have that?
All right, it's not on this
The
one, but
one
it's
that
on
was
my one
handed
here.
out today didn't have
It's in
it.
here.
I thought it was taken off.
No.
Still on?
So the one we got handed out is no good?
It's missing one.
It's
No,
missing a piece.
Not the one that was revised.
Okay.
So you redlined the changes for us?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so then 9, which is not on that one, is par 3 golf course, discussion of site plan, 795 Route 6. You're up, guys.
Hello.
Hello,
Good evening.
How we doing?
Hi.
We're good. How are you?
Yes.
Matt Behrens, I'm the architect for the application.
Carmine DeMeglio, Yorktown Golf Group, T-Bar.
So we are here for a site plan discussion based on the planning board resolution related to the par 3 golf course. The site plan has been updated to reflect the clarification comments that the board had submitted in the resolution, which included indicating the 2 parking spots in the service yard. A note clarifying that the lighting needs to be directed away from the surrounding roads, the Taconic Parkway, and the neighboring properties. That note has been clarified on the drawings. And lastly, that the contracted operator of the property must comply with the town noise ordinance. That note has also been added to the site plan.
Well, not just compliance, the resolution we're considering has some additional conditions related to that. Did you see the proposed changes that we're looking at tonight? To our,
I think Carmine did, yes.
any comments on it?
Oh, no, I didn't see anything.
Before us is a resolution with some changes.
So I would like to work on getting the site plan signed for the site because they're operating. And one of the conditions that we had in our previous resolution was that they had to finish the acoustical study
Right.
before getting the site plan signed.
And that they have.
So that hasn't.
Right, but that hasn't happened because we need them to have events to analyze the sound at. And we need them to operate basically to do the study.
Right.
So
You
we
can't have
need
one
to
without the other.
Yeah,
Right,
so it's-
we need to have the site plan signed so we could be.
Move on and have some parties.
Yeah.
Well, there was
Well,
one
and
Saturday night.
legalize the things that are on the site
Right.
right now.
Yeah, everything's been
Counsel,
great.
how are we
Well,
gonna
how does-
measure the
We did have
music?
I'm gonna be honest with you, we did have a complaint Saturday night. It was in the middle of the night, and about the bass, the vibration,
yeah.
not the noise.
What time was the middle of the night?
It wasn't the
Nine o'clock.
Aaron, they
No,
don't
no,
party
no,
like
put
you
it
do,
down.
Aaron.
We shut everything down at 10, like it proposed, and all the other things. Everything's done at 10.
Okay.
But, and reasonably so, they were right, I have to say, because we walked the property that night. I went in the back, and we did everything, like we met a company the other day. I'm still waiting on a proposal with them. And Robin gave me another company I reached out to today that specializes in bars and concerts, so we're gonna hopefully meet them. But everything's been good. No, haven't done any DJs. It's pretty much out the door. And but we did have a complaint, and I'm in contact with a guy in that block that we go back and forth. We speak, and I spoke to Serge, and
You could tell him.
yeah, we walked it. I said, meet me over there. He went by the block. It's a muffle that you hear, but I
At
want
least you're
everybody to
doing
be
the due
happy.
diligence.
I wasn't in anybody's house, but they hear again with what we always talked about, the bass. So we moved the band this
They're on the water
way,
table,
facing
too.
all the speakers the opposite way, and it was like right. It was
Yeah,
like
so-
they were facing at us, like
So the fact that you're essentially shutting things down at 10 o'clock
Yeah.
will put you in compliance with the noise ordinance.
No matter what.
Right, so if there's a bit of heavy bass or a bit of noise prior to 10 o'clock, I guess the question is, at what decibel level?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's.
And so where it
that's the noise.
disturbs enjoyment of
Right,
some
and
level?
So
They
if
have
there is
7 and 8.
an infraction of the noise ordinance, then they'd have to deal with that.
But if not,
Why do we have to wait for the acoustical study to grant them?
we shouldn't. We should be able to sign this.
Well, we have to allow the acoustical engineer to monitor these events so they could
To see
bring
whether
us
or
an
not they're in
informed
compliance
study,
with the
right.
noise ordinance.
Right.
If they're not in compliance, then they've got to do something.
Right.
But
And that's-
why would we have to?
Well, I think what Robin's saying is we're gonna get it signed so that they could, that's one of the
Continue.
changes, so that they can continue while we get this work done. Am
But I agree
mistaken?
with you, Rob, because literally my Apple Watch will tell me that I'm in a loud atmosphere. It's just
Yeah,
me
all the
talking to my
time.
kids.
When
So-
my hand goes out the window, it says.
Yeah.
So I went there, I was on Wildwood, and I also went down to the T-Bar and I walked around the property, I was on the golf course. Where they set the band up now, the way they set it up, it's pretty much at the back of the patio, and they're facing the opposite direction. But when you walked around to the back of the music and you were about, I don't know, 100 feet,
right where
200
the
feet?
tree line was, pretty much.
Right where the tree line, you could hear it bouncing back, and I told them, and you could see it when you were standing there clearly. If you put, and I said this to him, I said, it's about 20 feet of distance, and if you put acoustical, removable acoustical panels behind the band, I think you will have already even mitigated it further. But, you know, we need to see that and experiment with it, and the only way we're gonna be able to do that is.
And I'm not making an
Robin's
exception.
right.
How does special use?
Right, but I'm not making an exception for it, but they have the patio to stand on top of a waterway. There's a lot of water there, underground as well. It's also a holding tank for our flooding systems. On top of that, you have concrete. So what might be a regular bass might sound louder just because of how it ricochets there. So getting the acoustics to say, okay, it's actually okay.
You put the panels behind the band.
It helps, it absorbs some of
You'll limit, yeah, that will absorb it, and it won't go towards the back of the property, because my take on it was there were about 5 or 6 houses that it was coming up
Through?
behind their backyard. I didn't go on their property, you know.
It wasn't
but-
noise, it was just like vibration.
Yeah, you could feel that.
I didn't feel vibrations. I heard a muffled noise.
That's what they're saying, it's
Yeah.
vibrations.
I'm not, any person is gonna come in with somewhat of a subjective reaction to what's going on there.
Right.
And what we're trying to do is take it out of the subjective and put some conditions on here that we can all identify and work with and make sure that we stay within those parameters. I mean,
We can navigate it, yeah.
I have a question on the, how all of this fits together. The resolution before us tonight is proposing some additional language that we didn't have before, am I right?
What do you mean?
The redlined information that's on this amended resolution is
Between 6 and
Yes.
7.
different than what we didn't have 7 or 8 earlier?
No, you did. They were up under prior to signature.
Okay, so the site
That's why
plan is gonna
they're not
be
red.
signed, then what happens procedurally? When does the special use permit get issued, or is that being issued today?
The special permit would be issued at the same time. You already approved the original resolution.
Okay,
So
so
they have a special permit.
they have, so I'm, when you say additional conditions that must be completed as part of the special use permit, when does that happen?
Because your permit
Mm-hmm,
was granted for 1 year.
okay,
So then they have to come back and you can review what has happened in the 1 year. But in this situation, we'll also be probably coming back several times to talk about this acoustical study. What I'm saying is move the acoustical study to the actual special permit that you review more often.
So then we'll have to approve it.
so you're suggesting, what this is really trying to do is that they've got a permit, they're gonna have a site plan. Permit's good for a year. In that year of operation, we're gonna do 7 and 8.
Yes.
Okay.
And they're gonna get someone, they're not gonna go to a foot doctor for your heart.
Oh, no, we already met with someone last week. and
Right.
Robin was there, and she gave me, I think, a better company I reached
Just
out to
trying to
today.
figure out how we can
Just
write
waiting
that
for them
up.
to call me back, who deals with it.
Yeah.
It states out bar, restaurants, concerts.
Right,
That's their specialty.
that's what you need.
We already
Yes.
approved a resolution for a year. How many months in that year has it been that they have the special permit?
Well, when do we approve it?
Because I'm saying, Aaron,
February?
it's not even a matter of how to write it. If there's only 5-6 months left in that
February
year.
No, we did it in February.
All right, February. So, it's gonna be, it's May already, so.
No, but I understand what you're coming.
Right, but Aaron, what I'm saying to you is in 6 months, we're gonna have to review that again. By then, this acoustic thing should be done.
No, but that's the whole point. We want to make sure that it is.
It is done.
Correct.
So we're adding to the special permit approval, a condition that during that period, during the timeframe of this permit,
Of the existing.
certain things get done.
Right, so this existing.
For our renewal,
Right.
upon
You could-
renewal, we have that. So whatever language makes that happen is
Well, I
okay
mean,
with
I
me.
would add it that the permit that was renewed in February is now subjected to these conditions for the next 6 months.
Well, there's already a code in place, so what they're doing is the homework,
Right.
make sure that where there is an issue, it gets addressed.
Right, so for
How
my-
that gets done by an engineer.
But I feel like if we put in that their homework is that they have to get us the acoustic reports,
They have that.
right, is that
Yeah,
in that
yes.
original permit
It's just being moved.
to this other?
We're moving
to a
it as a
different
condition
portion.
of the permit.
It's just sometimes you have to be specific.
Okay.
Right,
What
so
the-
it's signed,
Right,
you
right.
can
I
move
understand.
on, it's still a condition.
Right.
So you still have to do the work.
Of course, yeah.
Which is ongoing.
Okay.
And in fact, the councilman was out there this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
The board, the town board, this board is being sensitive to the complaints that we got. The owners doing their diligence. They've got design professionals in place that are doing their homework to make sure that everything is done appropriately. Did we miss anything? So what's the procedure here now?
You would
Resolution.
have to go into a special session if you want to adopt this resolution amending your original
Do we have
resolution.
any issue with the language in this new resolution? Okay. Do I have a motion to open a special session, special meeting?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, in front of us, we have a resolution approving an amended site plan and special use permit for outdoor dining of the Par 3 golf course. Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Do I have a motion to close the special meeting?
Motion.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that is the end of our meeting.
Well, now you gotta close the real meeting.
That's why I guess, all I gotta do is say goodnight, and then Tom's good. As long as we say goodnight, he's
All
happy.
right, motion aye. Okay.
All right. Good night, Yorktown.
Good night, Yorktown.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good night.
Okay.